Hey, what's up, guys? Jake here with another episode of On the Rise Music Podcast. Today, we are honored to have DJ, producer, and special guest, Autokorekt. How's it going, man? Huge fan of your music.
Thank you, man. What's up, bro? I'm doing really good. Just woke up, ready to rock this interview.
Yeah, I feel that.
Thank you for having me on, and yeah, let's get to it. So I'm stoked to be on this with you guys.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, man. We're excited to have you. And I understand you started. Like you mentioned, you just woke up, so you had I'm guessing a pretty busy night.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it was
you were
super.
you were off working on a virtual music fest, correct?
Yeah, Grime Festival. They're based out of Texas. They usually run like a bunch of festivals and shows, but right now they're just doing a lot of streams just due to like the whole situation we're in.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to they were gonna do Autocorrect and Friends, and we uh, thought about this like 2 months ago. So I got Dirty Snatch on it. I got Rico Act, Mad
Okay.
Reckless, Saudi, bunch of upcoming heavy hitters, and we made a 2-day festival. So today or yesterday, I played Rico Act, a couple people, and today it's Mad Reckless, Dirty Snatch is playing. So it's gonna be cool. Yeah, it starts at 5 o'clock Cali time, 7 Central. So yeah, man, it's just 30-minute interval sets,
Mhm.
bunch of bangers, man, a bunch of new upcoming artist stuff. So it's really cool. Give
Yeah,
people
that's
a
what's up.
platform to be seen even during COVID.
Oh, 100%. I've talked to different producers and DJs that have been on here, and they've said the same exact thing. Like, hey, these small little or whatever they may be, like streaming music festivals
Yeah.
or just a way like like an artist like you who's like, hey, get some friends on. It's like a great way to get exposure. It's a great way to work on what you're doing. A great way to
Mhm.
get your name out there and still be
Yeah,
safe. I mean, you're not leaving the house.
definitely.
You're following all the orders and
Exactly.
everything.
Yeah, especially right now, like there's a lot of artists dying and
Mhm.
losing motivation because of COVID. Like I was supposed to be on tour right now. I had my first international festival canceled. I had 9 shows canceled.
God
Like
damn.
I was just like, man, so I can't even imagine like even bigger artists, and like they're really dependable on the shows, and touring is like brings a lot of money into it. But right now all these streams is like the only way to stay active. Like if you're not doing all these streams, even though like most of them are for free and you're not really making money, like this is the reason why like me and my team are really staying active and known in the bass scene right now and getting a lot of radar, because we're just staying active on all these streams, even though it's tough to do with no money. But you got to do these stuff to stay active right now because everyone's on social media, so you want to be seen nonstop and not just die off. So that's why we're doing that too, just to stay active and recognized.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's staying, especially right now, staying relevant. I've like
Yeah, exactly.
one of my one of our guests a couple weeks back was or crowd control was mentioning how they were super relevant because were doing all these shows. They had all these people like just listening to them because of their shows. But then when all COVID, like when all set was said and done and everything, they felt like they weren't heard and they felt like they weren't getting the recognition that they deserve. So yeah,
Yeah,
whatever
mind fuck.
stays. Oh, 100%. And one of the guys was like, "Hey, man, it was like depressing. I'm not gonna lie." He's like not being able
I
to
went
get
through
that.
some shit, man. That shit was terrible. My
Oh,
first, I was literally booming, and then just like fuck
yeah. I mean,
you.
you're supposed to be
You
on
know?
tour.
Yeah,
You're
with
like,
Dirty
what are you supposed
Snatcher,
to
I had like shit in Texas, like back-to-back shows in Colorado. Fucking my first festival in Canada. I was gonna play with
Damn.
Marshmallow.
No
Fucking
way.
yeah, Shaquille O'Neal. Like
Oh shit.
yeah,
Okay.
all of Monster Cat. And then I was gonna play the official after party for Feed Me in Canada. So like
Damn. Okay.
yeah, it kind of sucks, but once that shit's back to normal, they already said they're gonna rebook me. So and
Yeah, that's
and
what's
since
up.
I've been doing all these streams, I'm actually gotten bigger, which is funny during COVID because I don't think I am getting bigger, but I've gotten a lot more label releases,
Hmm.
bunch of downloads from like Zomboy and Excision and stuff. So it's actually in my benefit right now, even though it doesn't feel like it. So it's kind of
Yeah,
weird.
for real. Yeah, you have to find like I talked to many people about that. Like not only because of COVID, but just stuff that happens. Like, hey, you got to find like you got to spin the situation that you're in.
Exactly.
As
You gotta
it
adapt to
rhymes, but exactly, you
it.
gotta just bend like ebb and flow. You got to go with the ebb and flow of the universe. You got to figure out how you can benefit from something if it isn't beneficial in the beginning. Like you got to find something to grow from whatever. And I mean, you
Yeah,
figured it out. Shit, you doing all
definitely.
these streams and everything, like you said,
Now I'm
bro.
kind of over the stream. Now I'm like, oh, I just want to play the show because there's so many of them now. But It's
Definitely.
good though. It's definitely helping out, and I mean, I used to dream of playing Grindfest, and now I'm like headlining the streams and stuff. And that just create and just me doing that too for these companies, like getting this whole lineup together was like I did it all by myself pretty much. So that's just a relationship that's growing. So when things are back to normal and they are gonna do American tours, you know, like that
Mhm.
they have an artist to hit up, you know, that they could depend on me. So it keeps the relationship going. So they're gonna help me out once, you know, get me on some of their shows and stuff once this gets back to normal. So that's like also like gotta look in the future about who you're
Definitely.
working with right now too, and who you're giving your time to, even though they're not paying you. So they're gonna remember that. It's like good karma comes back to you, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, and it's all about relationships, especially like
Mhm.
authenticity and being 100% who you are and
Oh,
being like, yeah,
facts.
fuck
That's
it, dude. I'll
everything in the scene, man. If you're authentic and shit, you go far. And if you're just legit
100%.
trying to help people and not getting jealous and butthurt when someone, you know, gets on a label, you know, happy for your homies. There's a lot of jealous people out here, but
Hmm.
it's crazy, man. They be getting butthurt, but that shit just fuels me even more. So,
Oh, I feel that. And what's funny too that you mentioned that those people that get butthurt and everything, those are the same people that didn't really take this whole like production and
mhm.
DJing seriously. Those are the people
Like a
that
hobby.
lost the exactly they lost the motivation. They were doing
Yeah,
it for the clout. They weren't doing it because they actually loved the music.
yeah, exactly. And I made a lot of crazy music due to like my feelings during COVID. Like,
Oh,
I made a
definitely.
lot of like quarantine type shit, and like I even had surgery
Wasn't
over
it
man.
wasn't it Ribcage that was with the quarantine
Oh, there,
intro?
yeah, that's one of them with Mag Mag, and then
Hmm.
I have another song that came out on Rain Alex YouTube. They have like 500,000 subscribers. They dropped the album, and I made a song called Autocorrect Monster, which kind of starts in the beginning of like quarantine and how many people have died, and like just
Yeah,
the
that's right.
whole intro is just like creepy and just like kind of how I felt like during COVID. It's like a weird ass odd time for everybody. And then even like I put a lot of gunshots and bomb stuff in my things because I was in the riots right here at my
Oh
house. It was
shit.
literally
Okay.
like I live in San Diego and downtown. So there was
Okay.
like actual protests like right outside my house. So I just walked around and like it was freaking crazy, man. There's people getting. I got shot. I got freaking gas, and I was just walking around. I
Fuck.
got shot by a rubber bullet in my leg. I was hella far just because they got hit by like a water bottle, and they just dumped on everyone. So
God
that was kind of
damn.
like history. I never been in a like a real riot like that. That shit was crazy. So that's also like why I kind of made some of my music like pretty violent and like cop sirens and stuff, just like what I was going through. You know,
Yeah,
expressing
definitely.
expressing it through the music.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I
there's
make a lot
not.
of violent music.
Nah, I mean it's what you see. Like literally, you saw it firsthand. Like it's just what
Yeah,
you feel. And
yeah,
that's to be able to translate what you feel in a time where not much is going on is like perfect because you're like I'm experiencing history happen and I'm going to incorporate it into something that typically into a music genre that typically doesn't incorporate historical events.
yeah,
So that's like
definitely.
really that's like really sick of you to do.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, I mean, this shit's gonna be in history books for sure. Like, you know,
100%.
20 years in the future, 10 years. So yeah, might as well.
And we'll be
Be,
like, yo, Autocorrect's got a song that
yeah,
represents
you keep
exactly
saying
what he
it.
was going through.
What? Yeah, I got like yeah, man, I got all types of crazy shit I have making right now. That's because of COVID. So it's a bittersweet feeling, you know.
Mm,
Sucks, but you got to take advantage of it. So just produce and stock up and do these streams right now. It's all we can do.
100%, 100%, 100%. Switching the topic a little bit, like going back to like when you first started making music and everything.
Mhm.
When was like around like what point were you when you really got into like
So
dubstep and EDM and but like for further that, when were you like okay I want to produce or DJ
okay.
whatever it was?
So I was in the Marine Corps actually. I was in the Marines. I was in
Shit,
infantry.
okay.
My roommate would always have his alarm to dubstep, and this is like in
Okay.
2012. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this shit? Like, turn this grinding ass weird shit, please. This shit is retarded. And I just gave it, and I started listening to it, and I was forced to because he always played it. And then
Mhm.
we went to Nocturnal Wonderland, and I was a Marine, and I didn't know anything. I didn't even know what dubstep was, like, or like festivals, and that shit changed my life. Seeing it live, like I saw like Cruella live and like Benny
Okay.
Benassi, like old,
Yeah, okay.
you know, like that old shit, and like I was like, bro, this is fucking insane. Like I get it now. Like like putting all these disgusting sounds, but making it sound like melodic and like a song, but it's like all these twisted ass sounds. Was like it blew my mind. So in like so I just started raving. Like when I got out of the military, it was like 2015. I was raving for like 4 years straight, like EDC
Okay.
every single one. But I started getting tired of the crowds, bro. Like I was just in it, and I'm like, bro, I I literally just want to be up there. And like sometimes, like some people's sets, I was like, I go so many, I was like, man, like if they just played this instead, or like, I felt like
Yeah.
something I could have done better. So I was like, you know what, I want to go up, like I want to fucking learn. So I had my friend teach me how to spin randomly after this Excision show, and he taught me how to spin for a couple months, and then I got my first show, and it was at Basement for Wave Dash, which was cool. And I played that, and we sold the place out. And then my other homie just brought Ableton, and just kind of, I was like, yo, I don't know shit about music. I have no musical background. I've never played an instrument. So yeah, like maybe 4 years ago, he just kind of showed me, and we started making music, and I was a different alias. And uh and it took me like a year to grasp onto it, but I used to go as this stupid ass name called Stinkface. That was my first name. And I was just kind of fucking around. I didn't really take any, I just didn't know what I was doing. I was so new to the scene.
Mhm.
And after like a year, and like I certain like shows and labels, it was like starting to get a little more serious. And then I got a mentor, my mentor, his name's Past That. It's my boy. He's been on tour with like Slushy and has music with like Crisley
Okay.
and shit.
Oh,
But he
okay.
kind of became my mentor and started helping me a little more with my production. And he's the one who kind of was like, yo, dude, like if you really, he's like, I can see you really want to take this seriously and you're getting better, but he's like, you got to change your name, bro. Like straight up, he's like, that shit is stupid. And I'm like, bro, I already sold 100 shirts and blah, blah. But like that shit was retarded. And I spelled it face, like Phace. And he's like, where'd you get that from? I was like, troll face, or, like it's not,
Yeah.
it's stupid. So, and everyone calls me Otto. My last name's Autolino. So my whole life, everyone's called me Otto. So I wanted to get like something with my name in it. So, and then
Mhm.
autocorrect. I don't know. We just thought of that shit, and I was like, that's dope. And then branding purposes, we made sure to spell it differently so that
Of
when you
course.
type my name on Google, and who else's shit pops up, and am I gonna be, so now because I spelled it that way and everything, like if you type my name in on anything, I'm the first to pop up on all platforms,
Yeah, as
Google,
you should.
Spotify, whatever, no crossing artists. And
Mhm.
so as soon as I rebranded to autocorrect, which was like maybe only 2 years ago, I fucking just took off. I got on Rail Breakers, then I got on
There
Dirty
we
Snatcher
go.
Records, and then my stats for Dirty Snatchers shit was like popping, like, and I was doing like every 2 weeks I was dropping a track on a shit, and it just kept getting higher. And then I got on the Shadow Phoenix. I got on everything kind of just exploded out of nowhere, to be honest. And I just started
Yeah, there
playing
we
like
go.
cat shows. Like as soon as I rebranded, just things like, and especially with my producing, like I don't know, like something clicked. Like I was literally went from like 0 to 100 in like a month. Like so it's probably like I was producing for only a year and a half, and then
Okay.
like right at that point, like I understood the DAWs when I just something clicked in my head, and it was just a lot easier. I could, whatever I thought, I could put it down now. Like instead of like really trying to like be like someone else, or like no, I could really like sound design now. And
Mhm.
now it's like I'm getting collabs with like people I never thought of. I mean, I collab with Dirty Snatcher already. That
Yeah,
shit
there we go.
that was number one on world dub charts for SoundCloud for 5 days in a row. That
Wow,
shit dropped
congrats,
about,
man.
yeah. It was really, it did really well. It's almost at like 60,000 right now. And then I got a collab with Hami from 40 Ounce Cult. That's gonna drop probably this month on his EP on the Cult. Shout out
Okay.
to 40 Ounce Cult. That's one of the labels that I'm on, Dak Daniels label.
Mhm.
Um, and then what's it called? I got a collab with Pogman. I mean, he's an OG, and I listened to his music like 10 years ago, like, or like 5, 6 years ago. Now we're homies, and like we almost got a
Yeah,
track done.
for real.
It's crazy. Like things will, like people be getting down on themselves, but I'm like, bro, you literally, like once you start popping off, like you're not even gonna, like you're just gonna be like, what the fuck is going, like my
Mhm.
mentor's like, you're gonna be collabing with people you used to look up to, and now it's like what everything he's saying I like manifested. So it's pretty cool. And then yeah, so I got a lot of big collabs. It's fucking awesome. So, and I'm taking quarantine, taking it, uh, taking advantage of it.
Yeah,
get
that's what's up.
track. I'm just stalking the fuck up right now. But yeah, that's how I got into to dubstep and shit. It was just like a slow process in, and it's kind of random. I just was like, fuck, I don't want to be in the crowds anymore. So
I mean, like, I don't blame you, man. Like you being there and experiencing that for that long, it
cool.
does drive you to be like, yo, I wanna figure out like a different aspect to it. Like, hey, fuck
Yeah,
it, go out on stage or something like that. And
yeah,
again,
I wanted to
thank
be
you
in
for
this
your
scene.
service, bro.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I
of course,
appreciate
man.
that.
Yeah, of course. It was a rough service, but it's all good.
Yeah, you got through it, and now look where you're at, bro. Like you're doing what you
Yeah,
wanted to.
exactly.
Do you think that that mentality of like being in the Marine Corps drove you to like, because you started basically with no knowledge of dubstep.
Zero.
Do you think
Zero.
that that work ethic drove you to become the producer you are? Because like
I think so.
you
Yeah.
just, it
No,
seems like you
definitely.
learned
I've worked
everything.
nonstop. I work nonstop, and I think a lot of that comes from what I did in the military, and also
Mhm.
a lot of my music is based off of the experiences I've had in the military and the people I was around and the government and I was in infantry, so I was a mortarman. I dropped the
Oh,
bombs
okay.
and like yeah, I went through some crazy ass training and I was also a pistol and rifle instructor, so I taught Marines
Oh
how to
shit.
shoot.
Okay.
I was about to go to snipers. I was about to do the indoc course for that, but I ended up just getting out and stuff. So, but that is I think, just a huge impact on my life, just in general, of like how I work. And I, I stay up like late all the time and make music. And it's because like they would keep us up for 3 or 4 days straight in the military training. So I'm
Yeah.
always up and I'm always working. Like we're always like, so I feel like that's kind of like how I get with the music too. So, but the music I actually have a passion for, which
Oh,
is
of
like,
course.
which is the main reason why I'm like really doing well in this, because I actually
Mhm.
enjoy music. So I was like, if I enjoy this shit so much, like might as well try to make music and just see what happens.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
and
still
that's
blowing my own mind sometimes with the shit I make. I'm like, what the hell? Like, this shit is sick. Like, it's a trip. It's cool.
yeah, it makes sense. I mean, you like you said, you kind of just started producing within the last 3, 4 years, and for you to
Yeah,
have this
I
much
did a
knowledge,
lot.
yeah, for you
Yeah.
to have this much knowledge and this much like exposure to people, like you mentioned, people that you were listening to, like 10 years ago, like that's huge. Like, of course, yeah, blow your mind, but everyone around you is probably like, nah, man, like you got it, like you're on the
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, no, that's how, and I'm still biased towards my own self. It's weird. I still don't think I'm as big as like what other people think, but yeah, I'm trying to stay humble too.
No, I get it. Yeah, and yeah, I understand that. Growing up, my parents are like, yeah, you got to be humble. You gotta like just. Sometimes you got to take the high road, and you can't really brag about what you do, even though you are
Yeah,
doing big things. So having that
definitely.
too goes to show that like, hey, this is a guy who's willing to like work and to bust his ass, and he's not gonna like be too Hollywood for
Yeah,
trying to
no,
work with somebody.
I can see right through that shit because I was in the infantry. We're hard as fuck. So like,
Exactly.
we work
You
hard
live
and
about it.
we're very respectful and like we carry ourselves well, but also like we get shit done. So like,
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
there's a lot of Hollywood fuckers out here, man. Oh my gosh.
Dude, and that's like insane that you carried that mindset with you through corn. Like I
Oh
still
man.
can't get over that. You just were like, fuck it. All I can do is make music. All I can do is really like get my name out there. So I'm just gonna do that. And
I
like
just
that,
made it.
that's the opposite of the Hollywood mentality. You're not just gonna be like, oh,
Yeah,
my luck is down. Like I'm just gonna give up and like take a
yeah.
break. Blah blah blah. No, you were like, fuck it, dude. Given my situation, I gotta do with what I gotta do.
Yeah, and I had no friends like when I got out, I had no friends that were like in a dub or like produce. I didn't even know like one producer at the time. Like, so now all my entire like friends are now is just like all music. It's a trip. Like I still have my old friends, but like it's just crazy. Yeah, I didn't know shit about music, so it's crazy how fast I adapted to it, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah, but that definitely is probably a big thing from the Marine Corps to just adapt from whatever you're in quickly and fast and good.
Yeah,
So
definitely. Yeah, and again, like you adapted so quickly, your music just blew up out of nowhere. I mean, I'm sure learning from your mentor and everything else
mhm.
like helped put you on the right track. But I mean,
Oh, big time.
you had those tools unknowingly
Exactly.
that were going to
Yeah,
help drive you to become what like you have yet to become. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly. Yeah, that's
pretty
what they
big
were.
right now, but like, bro, you have like there's still a road that you got to go for you to just be huge,
Oh,
and you
I
definitely
haven't
got
even hit
potential.
like my prime at
That's what
all.
I'm
Like
saying.
I'm at the like I'm just getting started. Like I'm about to be
That's what's
around
up.
for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's what's up.
yeah, I'm about to literally I'm about to dominate the whole game once this COVID shit's done, man. Because I'm ready to murder all these venues. So I'm so excited. I got so much music to play. It's like it hurts. Like just want this shit to be heard live, not
I
like on a.
get that.
But yeah, man. I just got a actually too. I'm signing with a booking agency.
Oh,
So
okay, there we go.
we just kind of confirm this. So I have two managers right now. One of them, his name's Marin. He works like Insomniac and shit. He
Hmm.
manages like Free Fall and KO and like Nick Hogan, like Hulk Hogan's son. And
Okay,
then
yeah,
like
yeah.
my other manager is Above and Beyond's tour manager.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so they're both my managers. But we just got Prism booking agency, so we're gonna do like a year with them. About to sign all that. They just signed Busy Bone from Bone Thugs too, which is pretty
Oh
crazy.
shit, okay.
Yeah, they got like Hami on there and like Blackout, Whiskers, a bunch of pretty cool artists like Izzy Vadum, Stone Level. They just signed.
Hmm.
So I'm about to sign that too, which is gonna be good. Just get that ready to rock and roll. So once shows are ready to go, I'm already in their whole system, ready to do tours and stuff and whatnot. So
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah, don't stop. Like, don't stop till you're at the top. And even then, like, there's always room for
oh
improvement,
yeah,
right? There's always.
I'm already getting into like hip hop right now too. Like
Yeah.
dubstep is a small portion of like what I want to do. I'm trying to do record labels, brand like music videos. I want to do clothes, and then I'm working with the 13-time platinum hip hop producer right now. Like his name's The Martians. It's like one of my
Okay.
best friends, and he has 13 platinum record. He has a plaque with both sides. You know the song Pills and Automobiles by Chris Brown and like Wet. Wet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he made that beat too. So like and he's
Sweet.
like my best friend. He lives like 4 blocks away. So we'd be making like hip hop melodies and stuff and sending out to artists and actually like we're gonna try to get me a plaque too in the hip hop
There we
scene.
go.
Like a whole nother little
You gotta
side
be
thing I
you gotta
want
be
to do.
diverse, bro. You gotta have your foot in like a bunch
I'm
of.
trying to show like labels and stuff like look, I'm not just I'm a whole asset to like everything for you guys,
Hundred
not just
percent.
some art. Like I'm a whole package. I could do everything, and expect it's same with like vlogging, or if you guys want to make a little show or a funny like
Hmm.
whatever you guys need, we could do it. So that's why I'm just trying to get more stuff out to be show like my versatility.
Yeah, I talked to a producer. I can't remember who, and I feel bad. I can't remember who. But it was an interview for the show, and they said the same exact thing. They were like, I can make music for both for hip hop. I can make EDM music. I can make like little like I forgot what else it was, but basically he was saying that he just doesn't want to be boxed up. He wants to be able to showcase that he can do a bunch of different things, because if that's the case, what if one industry dries up or whatever happens, something goes wrong, and then you're like, wait, I can still keep producing like hip hop music. I can still keep producing pop hits. Like as long as I'm able to, like you said, like adapt to the situation that you're in, and you have that knowledge, like you're going to be useful somewhere, and you're definitely going to have a constant income. Like
Yeah,
one platinum plaque is a lot. 13
13
is
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 insane.
a lot. Like
Yeah,
that's crazy. So
yeah.
to
Now
have
he's
that, like.
like, I just want a Grammy now. Like he's like, I don't care about the plaques. I want a Grammy now. I'm like, I don't care. I can give me a freaking
Real.
silver plaque. I don't care, man. Fuck, that's insane. Yeah, but that's fucking pretty cool. But yeah, shit.
Now, do you feel that were you a bigger fan of hip hop before you really started getting into
Oh, big.
like
I'm
EDM?
like, yeah, I appreciate all genres. I think every genre has its beauty, but I've always
Definitely.
been a huge hip hop fan. Like even like old shit, like Tupac, Bone
Hmm.
Thugs, like Wu-Tang Clan, and then I even love like the new shit too. I really like I actually listen. I don't listen to dubstep every day or EDM.
Okay.
I make it, but every day like I listen to hip hop or some type of like Sublime or like I listen to Suicide Boys like almost every day.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking my one of my biggest influences right now.
I honestly I can see that.
Yeah,
It
they're
just
hard as
sounds.
fuck and they're like true to their code, like they're just very like authentic, like
Hmm.
motherfuckers, like super real to the game and to their fans and their whole branding and like stupid on point. Like those dudes are insane. But yeah, they're fucking dope. And I listen to like rock and I like reggae. I like everything to be honest.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Right,
totally fuck
certain
with that.
songs too, I try to incorporate, like, chill vibes, like some Kid Cudi stuff. I'll start some of my music, like some Kid Cudi shit, or even I'll do, like, heavy metal stuff, like Rage Against the Machines is a big influence.
Mhm.
Like, me and my homie made this track that's unreleased right now, and it's like a whole metal with dubstep all in one, like metal drums, like
Okay.
guitar, but with dub and just from, like, the music that we both kinda like, and that shit got downloaded by Zomboy and Excision too, and that's not
There we go. Okay.
yeah. Fucking so that's cool. So yeah, I love all types of music, bro. Yeah. But I can't listen to dub like just in morning. Like
Yeah, I
oh
set your alarm as that.
hell no. That's gonna bring back memories. Hell no.
No, I
Yeah.
get that. That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's just like I understand like dubstep is very aggressive,
Mhm.
genre of music, and it's not that it's not good. It's just aggressive, like at
Yeah,
times,
super
and
aggressive.
sometimes you're just like, oh, this just isn't the
Yeah.
mood. Like, yeah, you want to
Not
be
the
part
mood
of
right now. Yeah.
you're a producer and you're a DJ like that started off doing producing and DJing for dubstep, but then again, it's like, hey, I have this wide range of music taste that helps like
Yeah.
incorporate and helps me put together the songs that I put together. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Yeah, no, big facts, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah, I love all genres, but I just really like the dubstep scene when it's their shows, like the
Oh,
energy of the
100%.
shows.
Oh, definitely.
I've been to hip hop shows. I've been to, some heavy ass shows. I've been to heavy ass hip hop festivals compared to like dub festivals, and like there's just that's the reason why I'm in love with this because there's no energy that the mosh pits and just like
Mhm.
how crunk people get, but it's still like the crowds are kind of like still together. You still like everyone's like bass heads, but it's like not like hip hop shit where there's like a bunch of gangs in the
Yeah,
crowd.
where they're pushing
Oh,
each other, trying to start
where's
fights and
this
shit.
school from? Where are you from? And wearing colors and shit. It's like, bro, like just enjoy the music, but
Literally.
still get turned as fuck and
Yep,
push somebody
100%.
and then pick them up or someone knocks you down and you pick them up. Like it's still like a brotherhood kind of like camaraderie.
Yeah,
So that's what I
definitely.
really like. Is that's like there's no shows right now, so it is kind of sometimes to make music for fucking streams and I'm looking in my kitchen, playing to my kitchen microwave and shit. Like fuck.
You're like, "Are you ready to get lit?"
Yeah, you
So it's
you gotta be all hype.
silence. You're like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
hype
that's
as
right."
fuck. Gotta jump around and there's like nobody. I mean, but you gotta character. You gotta put on the character for the streams. You gotta really put that like
Oh, I
because
get it.
everyone's watching it. So like if you're just like no
You're just
energy,
switching to yeah.
people are gonna be like, yo, this fool's boring as hell. It doesn't matter, you know. So you gotta even in the streams, it's just like a whole new because I never really did streams before COVID, so now it's like a whole new thing we like learned, and now I'm like the king of streams, and the shit is so like the first time I did, it, I was like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what the hell? Where does this come to, bro? Like, fuck. But yeah, I mean, now I know how to do streams. Now I know how to like work GoPros and work with like streaming studios and stuff, and like
Mhm.
the process of linking like your audio to the video. Like, it's a whole nother trait that I've been learning too. So, good thing for COVID, I guess.
Oh,
So,
definitely.
yeah.
And like, I mean, if you're feeling the music and you really fuck with what you're doing, like, yeah, you're gonna get turned. People are gonna be like, oh, imagine seeing, or, like, subconsciously they're gonna be like, yo, I want to see this shit live. Like, yo, this
Exactly. Yeah.
dude's this way, like in his living room in his kitchen. Like,
Yeah.
imagine how this fool's about to be with like just 10,000 people out in the
Yeah.
crowd.
Exactly. So exactly why I do like you're on point, bro. Because and then they'll check out my recap videos on my page and be like, oh shit, that's how it is. And
Hmm.
but like, so yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I gotta
man.
keep. I mean, because music in general is just all energy.
Yeah.
It's like whether it's like a down energy, whether it's a positive energy, whether it's just like a
Mhm.
lukewarm energy. It makes you feel a certain way because like it exudes an energy. So like dubstep like much more so because you feel the music and you can
Yeah.
literally be energized by it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Like
mean,
relief too, like people are going so hard. I feel
oh,
like it was such a
100%.
relief when I was in the crowd. But it's a huge release to control the crowds now. That
Oh, I
shit's
get that. I
opening
get
up.
that.
It's like literally people listening to you to open the pit up, and then you drop your shit, and they're just jamming to the shit you made in your apartment. It's a crazy feeling.
Yeah, definitely. I was talking to, I believe it was Villa, our last guest, and she was saying the same exact thing. She was like, to be able to control the crowd and to recognize like, oh, they're getting a little quiet, and then
Yeah,
drop like a really hard song, and everyone just gets rowdy again, and then queue up like 3 or 4 next songs that'll make them feel that way, and then
Definitely,
switch it
yeah.
up again and
Their
chill it
heart rate.
down.
Yep, I control their heart rates too, you know, man. Like I'll be throwing like some chill 140, 145 rhythm. We'll
Hmm.
drop like a dub song after, and then like another dub song, and you could tell they're starting to get a little worn out from the pits. You give them a little break off from like some hip hop shit or some turnt Suicide Boys kind of chilling out, and then
Hmm.
throw a
You hit
fucking
them back
hard style
again.
shit, get their hearts really up, you know, some hard style shit, and then drop to a like you're nonstop controlling them. So you got to really read the crowd well. See
A
what.
100%, yeah, and like that again will take you far, bro. Like for you to
Mhm.
be able to control them like that. I mean, you obviously know what you're doing. You've been doing this for, I mean, granted 3 4 years, but still, like you understand like what the crowd wants and what they need.
Yeah,
So yeah,
especially from
dude,
being in the crowd from festivals for like 5 years now.
exactly,
That's why
exactly.
I know what people want when you're in there in the crowd, you know?
Oh,
So,
definitely. Do you feel like that experience? I mean, I know it's kind of very rudimentary, and I'm sure a
mhm,
lot of producers have the same thing. But for you, just in general, do you personally feel that that experience has helped you find out, like, or like,
like all the
direct
raves
your
and stuff.
music? Yeah, direct your music to what
Oh,
people really want.
big time, yeah. No, like going to raves and all that stuff was a huge impact on like how I make my music, what hits to people, like what opens the pits, like what some of the best sets I've seen in my life, what did they do? So like
Hmm.
how like how so kind of yeah, it did impact me on how I do my shit, and I put my twist and my spice on it on top of that, you know. So
Yeah,
yeah,
student of
no,
the game.
that yeah, because I'm not trying to copy nobody. Like that's why
Definitely.
lately I very rarely listen to new dubstep. Like the only
Okay.
dubstep I'll listen to is like my homie shit or unreleased stuff that my friends send me. But like I try not to really listen to any of the new shit on like big ass labels, just so I don't bite off of any. Don't even if my brain like unconsciously gets some of their idea. I'm at the point now where I don't even need like I don't want to like really get any ideas from nobody. I just want to be completely original autocorrect. So, you know, so I have my own sound and I'm trying to make shit that no one's made, you know. So that's like
Yeah,
another
I
kind of
fuck with that.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it like it's just helping you solidify your sound. Like when all is said and done, we're out of this and everything, people are going to be able to recognize like, oh, that's autocorrect, and
Exactly.
like as opposed to, yeah, dude, I don't blame you. I really wouldn't want to, if I'm a producer, I wouldn't want to be listening to what's popping, because then I would be start thinking that I have to, or subconsciously just
Do
start putting
something
those in
like
the
that.
songs.
And that's
Exactly.
what a lot of producers are doing right now. And like I could see it. Like there's like these waves of like certain genres and styles. Like someone did it once and then everybody's on it. And I'm just like, bro, like it's cool, but like, dude, like that shit gets it's just basic and like not original,
Hmm.
bro. Like they get mad that they're not getting signed. I'm like, well, because they already signed 10 of those fucking tracks already, bro. Like make some new shit. No, you know, that's why I don't even like to like all my shit is I feel like it's definitely a little different compared to most people. Like I have my own sound and shit and like certain stuff I put in my music. So yeah, I'm just trying not to copy nobody. Fuck all that.
No, hey, you're paving your own path, and I mean, you've been doing it
Mhm.
for the last 3 4 years. So like,
Yeah,
who's to tell you to stop if you're obviously on the up and up right now?
yeah,
Just
definitely.
heading for that peak that you deserve to be at. So no, man, like I really fuck with the originality, the authenticity. Again, you don't sound like anybody. You are like, yeah, a lot of people may not be a fan of yours, but those people that really do fuck with you, they're really gonna fuck with you because they're like, yo, I haven't heard anything like this. And then eventually they'll
Loyal ass fan,
exactly,
loyal.
they'll soften
Like
up the
from day
people that
one.
were,
Hmm.
yeah, they'll soften the people that were skeptical at first, and they'll be like, okay, maybe I'll give this a try. And sure enough, look what happens. Like
Yeah,
next thing you know, you're headlining like a festival, but this time in person. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Fuck, that's gonna be the day. It'll happen soon.
oh,
It's the shit
100%.
time. So
Definitely,
yeah, I
bro.
have a lot of good ass loyal fans like from like right when I started autocorrect and like they be commenting on all my stuff and I try to respond to like every message I get, you know, like artists and
Mhm.
fans. I try to really respond to everybody and that's what makes them feel good too. I'll even send some random fans some unreleased playlist of music and that sure
Oh
they
shit.
blow
Okay.
their fucking mind. They're like, and I already know. I'm like, some artists are like, do not share, blah blah. I'm like, bro, like these are fans. You really think they're gonna like leak it to like, you know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
it
for
just,
sure.
I'll just give certain fans like randomly just play like 10 unreleased tracks, and they're just like, holy fuck, and that boom, that's a loyal fan, and then they're gonna show their friends, and 10 fans that are just gonna love me just for showing them a little bit of love that some artists kind of forget. Like, you guys got fans, man. You gotta
Mhm.
remember they are why you are who you are. You know.
Definitely, yeah. And dude, that is huge right there. Like building that connection, crowd control, saying the same exact thing. They're like, yo, we want our fans if they're feeling down or whatever, to hit us up and talk about it. They're like, we've dealt with shit too. We just want to be able to be like, yo, you're the reason we're here. You're the reason we're producing. I have a talent, but I wouldn't be anywhere without my fans, without my supporters.
Back.
So
Definitely.
like to build that, like that's even building more authenticity, bro. Like you're
Exactly.
showing like, yo, I'm really down with you guys. Like, yeah, you
Yeah.
guys fuck with me this heavy, but I fuck with you just as heavy because you're
Exactly. Yeah.
helping support me and put me in the
Yeah.
position that I am today.
Definitely. Yeah, bro. That's a huge thing, bro, is your fans. So sometimes it gets a little hard to respond to everybody,
Oh, I
but
get it.
just for anybody hearing, it's no hard feelings if I don't respond. I get a lot of messages, but I try to respond to everybody.
Hey, he's a
Now I
busy
get
man,
why
ladies and
when I
gentlemen.
was little and certain artists wouldn't respond, I would get butthurt. But I'm like, no, it's actually just it gets pretty overwhelming sometimes, but
Mhm.
still we try as hard as we can. So, but yeah, man, it's lit.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, it's getting about time to wrap it up. Thank you again for coming on, bro. Appreciate it
Of
chopping it
course.
up with you. I know
Yeah,
you
no,
gotta
no
get prepared for Grime Fest Day 2.
yeah.
Maybe produce some stuff. Go out, get that same feeling you did off of your album songs that you released during quarantine. But I just want to ask you one more question before we let you go. It's a two-part question. So what is one thing you would like to tell an upcoming artist, producer, like one piece of advice that you would want them to know? And on top of that, is there anybody you're working with right now or listening to heavy that you want to give a platform? Just go ahead and shout them out.
Okay. So one thing I could say for upcoming artists and producers, I would say is just your drive. Like do not quit. And you're gonna like if especially if you're just starting on a DAW and you're getting frustrated and shit. Like, it took me a year to even understand the program. Like, once I understood it, and then things will take off. But it's only a matter of time until you start blowing up. Like, there's no way you're gonna get worse. Every day you're gonna
Hmm.
get better and better. But it's all about the drive and like how much you want it, and to not take it as a hobby, but to take it as like a passion. So just stick with it, and surround yourself with good artists too, that will, help give you positive feedback, and just be with a lot of other producers and friends that actually care about you, not just trying to use you. So just surround yourself with good people and just have your drive, and it's only a matter of time. And then you said shout out any artists or whatever that.
Yeah,
Okay.
producers you've been listening to
I'm gonna shout out to, well,
or working with too.
shout out to Dirty Snatcha. Uh, he's a huge influence. He's believed in me since day one, since my first release with him, and I've already have like 6 releases on his label, and he wants me to go on tour with him. I've played shows with him already. Like, big shout out to freaking Dirty Snatcher. He's the boy, and he's coming the fuck up. He just collabed with with Riot 10, Lucci. He's got one with Dion Timmer coming out, so he's blowing the fuck up, and he's a huge person, a part of my music career that has helped me tremendously. Same with Past That, my mentor. Shout out to him. We still work together, and same with Dirty Snatcha. Like, you guys are fucking amazing. And I can go a list of artists, but those two like are huge, like huge impact to my whole career so far. So, and then there's so many other artists like Dak Daniels and Hami from 40 Ounce Cult. Big shout out to them, and letting me finally get on the family and the cult. And now I've created that, like, they've really believed in me, so big shout out to them as well. So 40
Mhm.
Ounce Cult Gang and Dirty Snatcher Records, all that. So yeah, but that's all I got. I'm Autocorrect, and thank you guys for having me, man.
Yeah, I want to again thank you for coming on. Appreciated talking with you. Appreciated just hearing what you have to say and hearing your point of view from a quarantine, from the perspective of a producer in quarantine.
Man, thank
Um,
you so much too.
don't forget
Appreciate
to follow Autocorrect on Instagram. That is at Autocorrect, all one. It is Auto AUTOKOREKT.
it.
Correct?
Correct. Yep.
Hey, there we
Correct.
go.
Yep.
Don't forget to like and subscribe on the Rise Music on YouTube. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. Watch the old videos too. And stay tuned for our next episode, and turn on the notifications so you can get those new episode releases.
Yeah.
From the guys at On the Rise Music. Again, thank you, Autokorekt, for coming on, and
Of
peace
course.
out, you guys.
Yeet.